welcome back to the Jack and Glenn channel. I'm Jackie.
I'm her husband, Glenn.
He is my husband, Glenn.
And before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of our reviews.
And make sure if you like listening to audio books, you want to hear books on the go, click the link in the description for a free 30-day trial from Audible. All right. And so here we are. Married at First Sight is over. We wanted to give you something else, so we are reviewing Ready to Love.
That's right. Ready to Love, hosted by Nephew Tommy
Miles.
Tommy
from the
Miles.
Steve Harvey Morning Show. And we watched the previous season of Ready to Love, so we were like excited to do this one and bring this to you.
Yep. And this year they're in Houston, Texas.
Tommy's stomping ground.
Stomping ground, hometown. They at a private resort, away from everybody else. Private resort. They're giving us something different this year.
Yeah, because they were not at a private resort. They were out and about in the city. Mm-hmm. Of course, it's still going on during the pandemic.
Yes.
They've filmed this in the last few months, but
20 singles.
10 men and 10 women, and they are ready to go.
Ready to roll.
And off the top, what we found out was most of them are close to 40 or a little over 40.
Yeah.
Most of them.
And that's the difference. They're up in they're seasoned folk.
Yeah, they're seasoned.
And then you have a couple of them that have kids. One has more than one has enough for everybody, but they still have kids. So
yeah. So we're gonna introduce you to everybody first, all right?
Yeah.
So we start off the episode with Calfani.
Yeah, Calfani's a bodybuilder, professional bodybuilder, professional trainer. Who trains people from all around the world. He trains in person. He also trains on Zoom or whatever other device he used to train his people from around the world. And he's a big buff dude.
He is, and he's 38 years old.
Yeah.
And after we meet Calfani, we meet Miss Joy. And Miss Joy is a management consultant. She's 38, and she's a self-professed workaholic.
Yeah, she has some nice, pretty hair.
Yeah, I don't think it's hers, but yes.
But she got
nice, pretty hair.
Nice, pretty hair. And then we meet Edwin, who's 40, and Edwin is a chef. Reminds me a little bit of Brent from last season.
A little bit.
Got the little gray going on, but Edwin's a chef, and he's 40 years old.
Yeah, he seems pretty cool. And then we meet Denise. Mm-hmm. Denise is 39, and she is a former track star from Grambling State University, and she is currently a track and field coach, and she is 5'10", and what she says is, I got a 5'10" ego, I got a 5'10" mouth, and I got a 5'10" heart. So she gonna need somebody to measure up.
Yeah, then we meet my man David. David's 36 years old. He is a chemical operator from Lumpkin, Texas. He is country.
He don't mind.
And he don't mind. He love it. He dates city girls. He dates anybody. Yeah,
but he said, when it come to dating city girls, he gotta kind of pull them down a little bit.
Yeah, because they want money.
Yeah, they're sedity, of course. All right, then we meet Miss Winter. Winter is 40 years old, stylish young lady. She's a business consultant. Mm-hmm. She seems kind of sweet. She looks like she's probably one of the shorter girls. Yeah. I could be wrong. She has some nice heels on.
Then we meet Alicia. Alicia's 39 years old, a lot of junk in the trunk. She talks about losing weight. Alicia is also a what is Alicia?
She's a clinic manager.
She's a clinic manager. So Alicia, I think people gonna like Alicia.
Yeah, but she said up front, I'm a dominant woman.
Yeah.
And it's gonna take a whole grown man.
A whole grown man.
To tame her.
Not a little man, a whole grown man.
A whole grown man, because she's a whole grown woman. Okay. All right. Then we meet Chris. Now, see, Chris is a little bit different. Chris is 46, and Chris is a radio host. And so he actually goes by the name of KG Smooth.
KG Smooth.
Yeah, and so initially when we met the people from the show, I hate to say contestants, with the people on the show, KG said, he wants to come in here and be known as Chris.
Yeah. Not
the radio personality. Hopefully he'll be able to have people get past that. But he says, a lot of people think about women with biological clocks ticking, but Chris said, my biological clock is ticking. I want to get married. I need some kids. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, he does. Then we see Simone. who's 37 years old, and she's an attorney.
She's a lot.
And we found out she's bilingual as well.
Yes, she used to live in the Dominican Republic.
Mm-hmm.
But she says
either
yeah,
she wants five husbands or one, but she said she'll take the one.
Yeah, she said she's working on the one.
I don't know when she said that, you know what it made me think about?
The woman at the well.
The Bible story, and the one at home ain't even your husband. But anyway, it just made me think about that.
Yeah, I didn't really understand why she said that. Either I'm gonna have one husband or I'm gonna have five.
I don't understand. It's illegal to have five husbands.
I don't know. But then next we meet Adriana. Mm-hmm. Now as you see, as we've gone through these ages, we got 35 and 36, and we got some 40s and 38s. Mm-hmm. Well, Adriana is the young buck of the group. She is 31 and she's a realtor. And she said off the top, I know this is some older ladies in here, and I don't want them to be looking at me side-eyed.
Hey, but when she came in, the ladies weren't looking at her side-eyed. Some of the ladies were, but some of the fellas was really like, who's that right there?
Yeah.
They really was feeling Adriana. They was feeling Adriana. Then we have Alex. Alex, 33, software specialist. Had a nice little black dress on, and she was getting friendly with everybody. Said she's real patient, but she was friendly. Yeah,
she kind of hit it off the top. And then we have Miss Danny. Danny's 41, and she's a project coordinator. And the one thing in the introduction to everybody that's going to be on the show, Danny said she got married when she was 20. It didn't work out. She had a daughter. And after it didn't work out, her main focus was raising her daughter. Mm-hmm. She didn't do a whole lot of romantic relationships. She said, I'm focused on raising my daughter, making sure she's good. And so now that her daughter is 20, she said, Mom, it's your time.
Your time.
And she kind of pushed her out there to go on the show and to find some love.
Right. She's single, but now she's ready to mingle.
She's absolutely ready to mingle.
Then we have Brian, 36. He is an education consultant. You know, smooth, laid back, quiet guy right now. Yeah. Didn't say much in this episode.
He did.
Didn't say too much, laid back and quiet, but I don't think he's going to be that way for the whole remainder of the show.
Nah. Then we have Rashid. And Rashid, thus far we've had a lot of tall, dark, and handsome brothers. And so Rashid comes in, he bring that light skin flavor. With his bald head, he light skinned. And he says he is a luxury automotive broker. So he's a car salesman.
For luxury vehicles.
Yes.
High commission.
Absolutely.
I ain't mad at
And
it.
so we said that Denise went to Grambling. They had a little conversation. He went to Alabama A&M.
Alabama A&M.
Yeah.
HBCUs.
All day.
All day, every day.
Yes. All right. So then, next we have Miss Naya.
Naya is 43. She's a salon owner. And if you know anything about Naya, when they did the introduction, Naya wants babies.
Yes.
She's ready to have babies. She said people come to her salon just so they know that she's going to entertain. But one thing about Naya, too, she shared was that she had a lot of miscarriages. She has no problem with getting pregnant. She just have a problem with carrying the baby to the term. And Naya said something that I thought was a little weird. She want babies, but no husband. Now she look.
Yeah, she said she ain't pressed.
She ain't pressed. She just want babies.
She ain't pressed. Yeah. Another one with the biological clock.
Biological clock ticking.
And then let's see. We have Sam.
Yeah.
All right, and so Sam is 36, and Sam is a visual artist. And what we learned about Sam was he used to work in the corporate world, and then so he left corporate world to pursue what was of interest to him.
Yeah.
And what he enjoyed, which was being a visual artist.
And Sam's a little quiet.
Yeah, he said sometimes he can be a little cold and distant. Yeah. We see him kind of scoping out the scene, looking, okay, that one's over there talking, this one's over there talking. I guess I better go ahead and dive into the pool.
Yeah, he motivated himself to go talk to the women.
He did. But he blamed it on the fact that his mother drilled into him and his siblings a sense of being regal. You know, he called them princes, and so he kind of carries himself like that, and so he don't really want to mingle with the common folks.
And he said, well, one day you're gonna have to step up and be a king, and so we wanted to see if Sam could step up and be a king during this episode of Ready to Love.
And he's one of our guys, so far. He's got 2 kids.
Yeah, he got two kids. Then we got Shay. Shay's the personal chef.
Yes.
You know, Shay's the personal chef, and look, hey, she's a woman and she can really throw down in the kitchen. Shay is a keeper for most of these guys.
Yeah, probably.
But
that's what Edwin said too. Edwin said, I came to realize that women like to eat just as much as us guys do.
Just as much as guys do. But if she's a personal chef, you got all these guys who look at their bodies and they work out. You can tell they work out. It's nutritious meals and stuff like that. Shay might be around for a long time.
Mm-hmm. All right, and so then we met Jay. Jay's 43, and he's a real estate broker.
Yeah.
He seemed pretty cool.
Pretty laid back. You know, people like the ball. He part of the ball head club.
Yeah, we got a ball head club.
Then we meet Raymond. Raymond's a 52-year-old musician.
Yeah, Raymond said he used to play for Tank and Genuine.
Yeah.
And if you know anything about Tank and Genuine, you know that Genuine is genuine.
And you know Tank would sing you out of your panties.
Yes, and so Raymond has been privy to reaping the benefits
of being on tour with Genuine and Tank.
With the sexy brothers.
So I'm just thinking this way. Just indulge me for a second. So whatever Tank and Genuine didn't want, I'm gonna just say Raymond got.
I ain't even gonna say what they didn't want, but you know, all here to be like, you know, that was me on the guitar playing for Genuine and Tank. What?
That was you?
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So yeah.
Raymond's 52, and with all that being on Tank and Genuine tours, Raymond has 5 kids.
5 kids.
Oldest is 24. Don't know how old the youngest is, but he has 5 kids. Oldest is 24.
Yeah. It's gonna be a lot. And then we meet Anthony. Anthony is 38 and he's a student support manager. But we found out also that Anthony is a former NFL player.
Yes, Anthony played in the NFL for a while. So
yeah,
a lot of women may like that too.
Well, I don't know if you can tell, but you know, as we talking about these dudes, you know, we got the personal trainer.
Yeah.
We got the former NFL player. We got the radio host.
You got the guitar player.
We got the chef. We got the chef. Let me tell you, it was a gun show at the last resort. They had the guns.
But it was also an ab show.
It was.
But I like what Simone said. Simone said they may look fine and may be good, but you can't take abs to the bank.
Nah, she said because she's done fine. She done good looking before, but she don't want to do no slackers. She needs somebody got some money.
She need got somebody some money. Them abs are
Their
nice.
own money.
Abs are nice to look at. Trust me, I'm trying to get some. But guess what? You can't take that to the bank at the end of the day.
Right. All right. And let's see. I think that's everybody.
That's everybody.
We got to everybody.
Got to all 20, and you know, it was a lot of mingling going on. It was a lot of conversation. We see Denise. Denise looked like she was talking to everybody. She looked like she had conversation with Rashid, which didn't work.
She wasn't feeling Rashid.
Wasn't feeling Rashid. Said he was a little aggressive, too bossy.
No.
He said
she was the aggressive one.
Yeah.
He was too cocky.
He was too cocky.
Yeah, he was too cocky. She wasn't really feeling him, but she was feeling Calfani.
She found Calfani.
Yeah, they sat on the swing and he rubbing her feet and yeah.
And she told him a little bit. You know, she got personal. She got vulnerable there. She told him that she was in an abusive relationship, and it didn't work out. And she said,
it almost cost her life.
Almost cost her life. And he sat there and he listened, and he was like, "Okay, when Tommy rolls around, who y'all feeling?" And he said, "I'm feeling Denise," and Denise said she was feeling him. So we might have a hookup there.
But I think what happened there too is as they were talking, you know, she talked about being in a domestic violence relationship, and how she had to come out of that, and they both agree, you know, so you doing some healing afterwards. I think they connected on that. She was like, yeah, you know, you have to heal after that. I think that was a good point for them, because she could have been like, oh, you know, coming in with a bad attitude, coming out of a abusive relationship, but you know, she was like, I'm at a place now that I'm good. I've taken care of myself and I've done some healing. And he asked her, he's like, so are you the type that's a tough on the outside and soft on the inside? And she was like, yeah, I got a tough exterior, but I'm soft on the inside.
I know people like that.
Yeah. So, let's see who else. It was a lot of guys feeling Joy with the big hair. Jay was feeling Joy.
Edwin was feeling joy.
Edwin was feeling joy.
You know, she has that natural look there. It's something about the natural look with the natural hair, even though you said all of it's not hers. But it's something that's there that makes people want to gravitate to her, want to talk to her. And she has great conversation.
And she just, you know, I'm a female. I can say, you know, she seemed sweet from the jump.
Yeah.
Because she was the first one there and met Calfani. Calfani was kind of feeling her a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, she just seemed sweet. And when she was talking to Jay, you know, they chatted and, you know, she said, they both were like, I'm ready to get married now. I'm ready to settle down. And she said, I'm ready to meet my mate and we build an empire. And
one thing we did find about Joy, she knows Chris.
Yeah.
Joy knows Chris and that's her boy. And she's like, I got your back. Which means she's going to try to keep him there as long as she can.
Yeah, and obviously, I mean, when we say that she knows Chris, she was like, Chris is the homie. So it ain't gonna be no, like, she ain't looking at him like trying to do no hookups. She trying to hook him up with somebody.
Hook him up with somebody. That's the homie.
Yeah.
You know, so they know each other, so they gonna play with it. They're gonna be fun.
And speaking of knowing each other, we find out the Rashid and Adriana, the young buck, they know each other. They've actually been on a date before.
But she ghosted my man.
She ghosted him. But she did explain that he was recently come fresh out of a relationship. Yeah. Rashid says himself later that he had just gotten divorced. And he had a 7-year-old. Yeah. We got another dad. He had a 7-year-old. And so he was really just trying to get his son acclimated to what their new life would be. So he wasn't really ready for a relationship. Because he and Adriana talked about, you know, like, what happened? What happened?
But, you know, I like, she's 31, but she did the grown woman thing. She didn't try to avoid him. Mm-hmm. She went over there and talked to him. She went like, yo, how you doing? We'll chat later. He was talking to somebody else. It was like, okay, cool. Let's move on. But I tell you who else was feeling, Edwin was feeling Winter. You know, you see Edmund at he like got down and took her shoes off. It's like, I want to take my shoes off. He got down. He said, people think we proposing to me already. We just got here.
He was like, girl, I've been waiting to take your shoes off since I first saw you.
So he started rubbing, you know, Edwin is smooth, the chef there, taking care of Winter. She's kind of quiet and petite, you know, petite looking, but everybody was feeling her orange dress.
Yeah.
When she came in, they was feeling the orange dress, the outfit she had on.
And she pretty much said, I wore this on purpose. I'm trying to get some attention.
I'm trying to get some attention.
And then we felt like Danny kind of hit it off with my homeboy David from Lufkin.
Yeah. David, they was both country bumpkins.
Yeah, she said she had family. We don't know a whole lot about these areas in Texas,
but I only been to major cities in Texas.
Yeah, when she said I got family from Troop, Texas, he was like, "Oh shucks." So you know what I mean by country.
You more country than me.
But he asked her, you know, are you country or are you bougie?
She said, "Boo country."
And she said, I'm bougie and country. So they was like, "Oh, you buku.
You buku.
You bougie country." Okay.
Some bougie country folk. I ain't talking about you. I'm just talking about some other people.
Oh, I'm not country.
I know you're not country, but I just want to give you that look like I was talking about you.
Yeah, no, I know you're not talking about me because I'm not country.
Yeah, you're not from the country. You're a city folk.
I ain't gonna say city, but I ain't from the country.
Where you from got the name city in it.
Anyway.
What you mean you hate city folk? Where you from got the name city in it?
It ain't city. It ain't big city.
Oh,
it ain't big
it's
city.
City though.
Saying. It is a city though. But Danny and David, you know, they talked about that she wants someone to share herself with. Cause she's been she's a giving person. She gives of herself, so she wants to be able to share herself with somebody, and that's where she is with it.
You know, we didn't see too many people holler at Shay.
No, we didn't.
We didn't see too much of Shay here, but you know, I reckon that Shay will start getting more involvement as they start to window down. She has good conversation. I think she talked to Sam, and that really messed. She talked to Sam, and that really messed her up. Her and Sam. Sam was like trying to say, you know, all you want to do is like cook in the kitchen, and that's all you want to do is just stay there. I think he was trying to say, do you want to just open up a restaurant and be a head chef there, or do you just want? Are you just satisfied with cooking? Yeah,
but the way he said it was, you know, do you just want to cook all the time? Because I know it can't. The repetitiveness of cooking the food and the chopping is the same motion. Do you ever get tired of that?
And she was like, E equals MC squared, and the rotation of the earth and the gravitational pull.
The Pythagorean theorem.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'm going to go over here and get some more water because, you know, I've had enough. She was like, Sam's not her type.
Definitely not her type at all.
Then we see Brian and Alex talking a little bit. And Alex, they're talking about how important is sex.
Yeah. And
she shares, you know, that I've been celibate for 2 years. And so Brian's like, yeah, I've been celibate.
Like for 6 months.
I don't even know if he said that.
He said 6 months.
But she was like, it's not the same, but okay. But he was like, you know, I can kind of relate. You know, at first it takes some getting used to. It's kind of hard at first, but once you get into it, you know. So we'll see how that goes.
See how that plays out.
You know, when she shares with everybody that she's celibate.
We saw Raymond talking to a lot of different people.
Yes.
Raymond made his rounds Raymond made his rounds to everybody, but Raymond also wanted to be honest with everybody. He told everybody I'm a musician, I was on tour, I did this, I done had a lot of women. I done shared a lot of women.
I done did my whoring.
But I'm ready to settle down now. I got 5 kids, by the way, and they was like, oh. So, what was funny when he told Simone she got 5 kids, he was like, okay, cool, I'm going this way. She didn't really give him no time. But I figured just as him coming into here knowing that he has 5 kids, it's probably a deal breaker for a lot of them. But when we watched this, you made a good point. Was depends on the age of his kids, because you got a kid, your oldest is 24, and so let's say you got maybe a 20-year-old in there, or 18-year-old, or 19, and all of your kids are almost grown or are grown. Does it really make a difference he had 5 kids? Because Dad really wouldn't be at home with you in the first place. It's no different than Danny having a 20-year-old,
right? And
her 20-year-old's not there. So it's kind of, you know, pick your poison.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. But yeah, it didn't really rub the ladies right, the musician part, because Simone said I've dated musicians before.
Yeah, I know how
they are. She was like, you know, they could be a horse. She didn't say whore. She said they could be horse. So some of the ladies was like, I don't know. But his thing was, I'm here because I'm ready to love, and we all have our past, and I'm hoping they can get over my past because I'm not that way anymore. I'm ready to settle down.
Yeah, ready to settle down. You know, and then you know he had a conversation with Adrian. They talked a little bit, and you know he was kind of transparent with her, and she was like, you know, she was transparent with him as well. You know, Raymond is on a slippery slope
because he said, I don't know if you about to go this. He said, you know, sometimes the younger ladies be feeling me.
Yeah.
He said, I like the younger ladies. I'm a grown man that likes all kind of women, all age women.
All age women.
He on some of that Robert stuff.
Yeah,
Robert Kelly.
He's on some other. You 52. Think about if he hooks up with.
Yeah, he's 52. She's 31.
She's 31. So it's like he's old enough to be her daddy.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But the one thing he did say, he said his last relationship was the worst relationship, but it was also the best because it drove him to the point where he is now. Like, you know what? I learned some things, what I'm not going to tolerate, what I don't want, and you know, I'm ready to turn in my player ways.
Yeah,
he don't want to be a player no more.
Yeah, but he was that relationship was an abusive relationship because he was driving one night and the lady just grabbed him up by his throat. And he was like, what? What's going on? And so it was an abusive relationship on that end, so he had to get out of that so he wouldn't get himself in trouble. Yeah.
And so we see Tommy go around and he chit-chats with the guys and he also talks to the ladies, and you know, Tommy asks the guys, who you feeling? Yeah. And of course Jay says he's feeling Joy. Mm-hmm. And Rashid says he's feeling Adriana. Yep. He says, and anybody else, I'm feeling Simone too. But who they not feeling? Jay said, I'm not feeling Denise.
Not feeling Denise.
A little bit too aggressive.
A little bit aggressive. Jay also said he wasn't feeling Danny.
Yeah.
Danny's name got thrown out there, you know, said wasn't feeling Danny at all. So Denise got Danny. Simone's name was thrown out there by a couple people. They wasn't feeling her neither. Said David threw Simone's name out there because they had a conversation earlier and where David was like, yo, she asked, her thing was, do you have a passport?
Yeah, she asked several guys.
Several guys get a passport. Because she wants to be somebody who's well-traveled.
Yeah, and she wants to travel.
She wants to travel. So she asked David, you got a passport? He said, yeah, I want to go to DR, Dominican Republic. And then she started speaking Spanish.
And he's like, yeah, no.
No.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, because she asked him, did he want to go there for some hookers and hoes and prostitutes?
She said hookers and prostitutes. She sure did.
And
he was like,
no.
He was like, I think he went as far like, was you trying to be one?
What you trying to be one? Were you out there being one or something? Like, what you doing? You know, so he wasn't feeling her after that conversation.
Nah, he said the convo was trash.
Convo was straight trash, he said.
We find that Edwin is another one, like you said before, he's feeling Joy.
Mm-hmm.
Calfani said he's feeling Denise. Even though Jay and Rashid is like not feeling her, Calfani is feeling Denise.
They had that one-on-one conversation on the swing. I was worried about that swing for a minute.
Why?
He's a big dude.
Yeah, I told you the gun show was in full effect.
Big dude.
Sam said he was actually feeling Alex, but the truth of the matter is when he was talking to Alex said I have a short attention span, and he lost me.
She was being nice.
She was.
She was being nice because she really was ready to go.
Yeah, the conversation was boring to her, but she was like, "Oh yeah, that's what's up."
It's kind of something kind of interesting. I think we might be able. She's lying. She's lying.
Then we see Anthony and Brian both said they were feeling winter.
Yeah.
That orange dress was working.
Orange dress was working. She said I wore it intentionally, so she wanted to work.
Yeah, but again, they was like, Denise. I mean, not Denise. Danny. They were like, Danny was cool, but she giving me homegirl vibes.
She's a homie.
She's a homegirl, and Tommy was like, yeah, no.
We came here for love, for not homie.
We ain't come here for homegirls.
Yeah.
And so reciprocal, Denise and Danny were both feeling Calfani.
Yeah.
Danny also said she was feeling David.
Mm-hmm.
Joy said she was feeling Edwin and Jay.
Yep.
And we didn't really hear a whole lot about Sam, I think we could kind of tell who was leaving, because Tommy told them tonight, even on the first night, somebody's leaving.
Somebody got to go.
One male and one female.
But even when he got there, the two men, you could have figured Sam was on the outs.
Mm-hmm.
You could figure Raymond was on the outs, because Raymond with the 5 kids and all that, and the musicians, then you like, okay, the bottom 2 is going to be Sam and Raymond. Mm-hmm. And no surprise, we ain't going to get no secret here. Sam went home, y'all.
Yeah,
poor thing. He was feeling bad. Nobody felt Sam. Sam went home. Raymond was spared.
Yeah, this time around he was.
He was spared. But the women surprised me a little bit.
We kind of figured Simone would be on the chopping block.
Simone would be on the chopping block.
She coming with the money stuff and are you well traveled. One guy even said, I felt like she was interrogating me, and I found out she was an attorney, and I was like, oh, damn, that's why. Yeah. They're asking me 50 million questions. I was surprised by Danny. Yes, she gave some of the guys homegirl vibes, but some people was feeling her. I felt like
couple of dudes was feeling her, and they was having great conversation, interacting. Her and David had the country thing going. Her and Brian had a conversation and going. I was like, when they threw Danny in there, like, ooh man, who getting ready to go home?
Dag, and she been waiting for 20 years.
She been waiting for 20 years, and she waited for 20 years to be the first one home.
Oh man, they sent my girl Danny home. I liked her too.
Danny went home, and so Simone was saved, Raymond was saved, and we'll see. It's just, I like the way they do it. This season is going to be very interesting because it's different from previous seasons, season 1 and season 2, where people will go home and you'd be in your house. They're stuck on this resort in Houston for 10 weeks. For
10 weeks, everybody in the same house. So
everybody's messing with everybody.
People doing some room switcheroo.
Yeah, so it's not like you can have a date with this person on Tuesday and the date with this person on Wednesday, and they not know. It's like everybody somebody's in the house going to see you guys sneaking or snuggling or doing something, especially when you start getting down to the 5 couples or down to the smaller numbers of people.
Because remember, we're going to end up with 3 couples.
3 couples.
6 people.
6 people.
3 couples.
So it's about to get this season's about to be very interesting because people's feelings are gonna get hurt. We're gonna see who's insecure, who's jealous, who has some emotional problems. We know last year Ashima had a problem when Darren mentioned he wanted to go date somebody else. She's like, "Well, you ain't said that. We was tight together." This year,
And they weren't even on the same resort together.
They weren't on the same resort.
They
now you're
was
on the same
out and
resort.
about.
10 weeks, see everybody. I'm gonna say there's gonna be a lot of tears.
Yeah.
And I think, and I don't want to sound sad. It's gonna be a lot of the women who have a lot of the emotional problems, not the dudes.
You probably right.
I don't think the dudes gonna have too many beefs with the guys.
You probably right.
I think the women gonna have too many beefs.
Because they're gonna be too busy moving from room to room.
The men gonna be moving. They gonna be moving around.
Well, but that was the intro to Ready to Love.
Yeah.
We're going to be ready for this season to get into it. Because, like I said, we liked it. We liked the matching up from previous season.
Yeah.
This is going to be different.
It's going to be different.
I don't know. I think it's going to take us a while to kind of settle on who's the couples and, who's working out. Because
Let us know who you want to see together. Let us know who you think should be matching up as of right now. Yeah.
I think the two J's, Joy and Jay.
Joy and Jay, I think Calfani and Denise would do well together.
Yeah.
I'd like to see, me personally, I want to see Edwin and Shay.
Okay, I want to see
the two chefs.
Okay.
If they can coexist. If Edwin can go, Edwin and Winter would be pretty decent. I think they would do well. But you didn't really see too many other people match up. I'd like to see.
Naya was really feeling Chris.
Naya, yeah. Oh, that's right. Because Chris and Naya, forgot to talk about them. Chris and Naya, they both took their shoes off and they became one with the earth.
They got centered.
They got centered. They got grounded.
Yeah, grounded.
They got grounded. So Naya was really feeling Chris because she said she really don't do, she's not really into flashy people. He had a fuchsia suit on.
Oh, there he came with it.
And all glistered up like he just
with the abs
with
out.
The baby oil. So Naya and Chris could go together. I haven't figured out my young lady who lost the weight yet.
Alicia.
I haven't figured out who Alicia may coexist with or hook up with yet. There's a lot of guys out there, but we'll see. But we know that Rashid is feeling Adriana because of he like, yo, we had something back then, but I wasn't ready. So let me see if I can go ahead and play. Let's part 2.
I feel like that's so, try something else.
But
that's too easy.
It's 11-year age difference.
Yes.
31 to 42. So we'll see.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But let us know who you think should match up for Ready to Love. Hey, if you enjoyed this review, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell notification. If you missed any of our Married at First Sight reviews, go ahead and click that link above and check that out.
All right. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.